Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and happy New Year's Eve. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Mine was good. And just a forewarning, if you hear a cat meowing that sounds like a baby crying, it's my daughter's cat. She's in heat. And we can't afford to get her fixed right now. So, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Come here. Come here. This is Mimi, and she's the youngest in the household. She's nice and quiet when you're holding her, but that's about it. Eh? Yeah, I know. So hopefully soon we can get her fixed and just sit there, okay? So, I finished 5 books this week. The first was Everland by Wendy Spinelli. I gave this a 4. I liked it much better than Peter Pan. But this is about a virus has been introduced into the world, and it kills all the adults and all the babies. So just little kids to 19, I guess, are the only ones that survive, or 18. She's 15, so it's a little bit young. But yeah, so they get kidnapped, or her sister gets kidnapped. So she tries to find her. Peter Pan's been flitting around with Bella, Tinkerbell. And I really didn't like Bella. Figures, I didn't like Tinkerbell either. So, but yeah, and so it's getting over, or not getting over, but there is supposedly one person who has complete immunity, and they know it's a girl because girls don't survive. It hits them a lot faster. And so they know one girl has full immunity, and they need to find her. Both Captain Hook and Peter Pan. So I gave it a 4. So then I finished The Sanitarium by Sarah Pierce. I gave it a 3. I liked it, but the characters felt really flat for me. Like, it's hard to describe, but it was interesting. Like the crimes and that, they get stuck. Okay. Her and her boyfriend are on their way to this renovated sanatorium into a hotel, like a 5-star hotel, for her brother's engagement party. And he is engaged to somebody that works at the sanatorium. So she's always, it makes it sound like she's mourning or grieving her little brother. And this happened when they were kids, and she's in her early 30s now. So I think that was a bit much. And then you always think that it's good. The perpetrator is one person or the other. Then you keep thinking, oh, yep. Nope. Came out of left field on this one. But they were just almost like emotionless, except for her grieving. And she kept bringing it up and bringing it up. I'm like, I get it that it's your brother and a little brother. And it kind of, you understand later on why. But it was like she couldn't move on with her life because of this, and it happened when she was 12, I think. You know, like, I'm not saying get over it. I'm just saying this doesn't have to, your world, life does not revolve around this one death. If you can understand that. I will continue with the series because I'm hoping things get better. We shall see. Then I finished book 8 in the Quintessential Quintuplets, and I gave it a 4. I'm reading these with my son. It's his favorite anime, and he's got the box set, he's got the figurines. He loves this. He was hoping that I'd finish the series before before New Year's, so we could sit down and watch the second season, because we just finished the first one. Oops. He knows I don't have really a whole lot of time, but yeah, so gave it a 4. It's about quintuplets that are failing school and they have a tutor, and it keeps giving indications that the tutor will marry one of them. So there's that. And then I read The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Loved this. 5 stars. I think everybody knows what it's about. An apothecary that serves poisons to women to do away with husbands, boyfriends, whatever, bosses that have done them wrong. And it's a secret place only women know about. And then that's in 1791, I think. Pretty sure, 1791. And then Carolyn, present day, where she is supposed to go on her a 10th anniversary trip to London with her husband, only to find out that the day before they leave, that he's been cheating on her. So she goes to London alone, and then she goes mudlarking and finds a vial. And then she starts looking into it, and that's how it ties into The Lost Apothecary. Loved it. Loved it, loved it. I wish there was an epilogue about certain things, but I'm happy with it. So I absolutely loved this book. And then the final one I finished was Deadly Yellowstone Secrets by Carrie Trumbo. I give this a 3. I was enjoying it. It was almost a 4. And then it got about halfway through and I'm like, no. The action starts right from the beginning. Right off. Like, she is a naturalist that is studying the bears in Yellowstone Park. And she hears a gunshot, looks over, sees a guy standing there with a gun trying to shoot the bear that she's watching. So then he shoots at her. She runs out. One of the park rangers hears the shot because he's close, comes and saves her. They get away. So that is the entire book of them getting shot at and getting away. Them getting shot at and getting away. Them getting shot at and getting... It's the whole entire book. Then she gets kidnapped. And then they get away. Like, come on. And then they have one conversation with a few details of their life. And all of a sudden they're in love. And they have so much, they've shared so much with each other that's it. They're in love. Like, no. It's love-inspired suspense with not a whole lot of God talk. So it's not a preachy thing. It's just, they believe it, that's it. They pray, that's it. So yeah, I like the writing. It's just, it was too over the top, constant. Like, yeah. So, currently reading. I'm reading You'll Be Mine by Jennifer Lebrecht. She's in love with her sister's ex-husband. She meets him, and then 2 years later, you know, she's been married and divorced, he's been married and divorced, and then they have to go on this trip together to this place where if couples go to it 3 days after the winter solstice, they fall in love. He's a photographer, she's a journalist. And it's supposed to be a taboo thing. She thinks one thing about him because that's all that's known about it, a situation. So that happened with her sister. And of course, her sister is the beautiful one. She's the smart one with no looks. Yeah, so that's there. I'm reading Catherine Garbera's A Case of Kiss and Tell. It's Matchmakers, Inc. Book 2. I don't really remember the first one, but they kind of don't have to be read, but they kind of do. It's about this one company, Matchmakers, Inc. It's a reality TV show. He's the owner of it. And she's a journalist, and she wants to get a story on him about his past because there's a major scandal with his dad. He refuses to give interviews, and he said he'll give her an interview about the business if she becomes his mistress. She wants more, but So yeah, I'm almost done that. And then I'm reading Keeper of the Heart by Joanna Lindsey, book 2 in the Lice and Terror series. It's my favorite series. If you have a problem with misogyny, don't read this series at all. Like, I don't like misogyny, but it's a cultural thing for these, and it's like a futuristic, I call it futuristic historical because they have technology but not the same as ours. And it's kind of like, and let's just keep it futuristic. So she's the daughter of the first book, and there's a step back. And she's saving herself for her life mate. All her friends have gotten rid of their V cards. She wants to save herself, but then she spots Fallon and decides, what the hell, to get rid of it. They fall in lust with each other immediately, and then she gets scared. There's a reason that she gets scared. So she doesn't want to marry a warrior. Her father is having this major competition on the planet. The planet's been closed off to all these countries. Until now, he's having a competition, and the winner gets the daughter. She doesn't know that, though. She just thinks it's a competition opening up, like, whatever. Yeah. So, if you don't like misogyny, yeah. But these 3 books were supposed to be for 1 million more pages, and the 52 books, I'm petting her to keep her quiet. The 52 books, if I finish them tonight, I might finish 1 or 2, but we shall see. I won't finish the challenges either way, if I finish them or not. So, I have to get to the library in order to get the rest of the books for my TBR for January. Yes, Mimi, I know. But these 3 have to go back. There's holds on them, so I have to read them immediately. The Whispers of War by Julia Kelly. I know it's 3 people. Let's see if I can show it again. 3 people, and one of them's Jewish, and it's the World War II. The start of World War II looms over 3 friends who struggle to remain loyal as one of them is threatened with internment by the British government from and in August 1939, as Britain watches the headlines in fear of another devastating war with Germany, 3 childhood companions must choose between friends and country. Erstwhile socialite Nora is determined to find her place in the Home Office's air raid precautions department. Matchmaker Hazel tries to mask 2 closely guarded secrets with irrepressible optimism, and German expat Marie worries that she and her family might face imprisonment in an internment camp if war is declared. That's all I'm going to read. The next one, The Dutch Wife by Ellen Keith. I'm not sure what this one. Let's see. Amsterdam, May 1943. As the tulips bloom and the Nazis tighten their grip across the occupied city, the last signs of Dutch resistance are being swept away. Marieke de Graaf, sorry about this pronunciation, and her husband are arrested and deported to separate concentration camps in Germany. She is then given a terrible choice: to suffer a slow death in the labor camp or for a chance at survival to join the camp brothel. So that's interesting. And they're part of my TBR as well, or all my challenges. And then Must Love Babies by Lynette Austin. I'm not sure if this is a series or not, but this baby is not the only one in need of a cuddle. Bryant Wilder is a bachelor and loving it. He's in Misty Bottoms, Georgia, property hunting for his vintage car repair shop when he gets the call. His sister's been in an accident, and Brant has to drop everything and take care of his 7-month-old nephew. That's the end of the bachelor lifestyle. Bridal boutique owner Molly Stiles is all business all the time until she sees that Brant's in trouble. In this southern town, nobody ever has to go at it alone, and besides, how can she resist that beautiful baby in the arms of a beautiful man? And I think this is a small town coming back to small town. So that is my wrap up and a peek into what my TBR is like. She finally laid down. So I hope everybody has a safe New Year's Eve. We don't do anything. It's kind of like an anniversary for us. We got engaged right as the ball dropped on New Year's Eve. So, yeah, 24 years ago, 28 years ago, he asked me, we proposed, and it'll be 26 years married this year. So, I hope everybody stays safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.